finally day 5 of our Carnival magic journey, and we are on Bermuda, or at Bermuda. So I'm not actually on Bermuda yet. That'll be just a little bit later. Well, most important beverage of the day, and making my plans. Haven't really put too much thought into this. I know, whatever. Because there's really only one thing I had on my list to do. Actually, well, let's say 2 things. So, gotta go and check that out. Maybe wander around a little bit. Something easy. Yeah, so the thing is, over the last couple of years, my travel goals have changed slightly. Still want to just visit places, but the whole notion of just like sightseeing, yeah, I kind of lost interest in that. So my primary objective here, or actually put it this way, I came to Bermuda to avoid the vents and avoid the very, very wet deck, which is a bit unusual. It was raining the first couple of days and they were constantly squeegeeing, but this is just wet anyway. Alright, it's very noisy here. Gotta figure something else out. Where was I? So I think the last thing I said was, basically, I came to Bermuda to drive a Twizy. That's pretty much it. Unfortunately, there's no theme parks or water parks or anything like that, so that's off the table. I think there's some caves, which might be interesting. I have been to a bunch of caves, and those are always interesting. And I do want to see the pink beach, not go to the beach, not step on the beach, not get anywhere near the beach. I just want to see it. And that'll be it for the list. I'll find another list. Maybe something else will pique my interest. But until then, I guess it's Twizy, a cave, and a beach. And I got 2 days here. I'm sure we'll find something to do. So this is the first time I've been up here, I guess in the splash zone since day 1. It was pretty windy that day, and even though no one's off the ship yet, haven't gotten the clearance, the place is empty because nothing's open. But tomorrow is our last port day, and since port days are great days to do the activities aboard the ship, well, here's an option right here. There's 2 water slides. There's one tube slide, and then the drain pipe, which is something I haven't seen before. You slide into the bowl, and then there's a little staircase out the bottom. There's not like a secondary slide like I've seen on some of the other ships or at the water parks. But okay, so we do have an option if we run out of things to do on Bermuda. Yeah, I did just say that. Oh, finally made it to the gangway, and oh boy, she's steep today. Okay, well, let's see. And all right, there we go. We are officially on Bermuda. Okay, so this is a great trip. Heading back aboard the ship now, since there's nothing really here for me. Just kidding. All right, now what I have to do is find my way to either the Princess or the Fairmont. They are in different locations. The Fairmont is actually a little bit closer, but I think the ferry goes directly to the neighborhood where the Princess is, and that's also the main location. So I am going to investigate that option first. Oh, and it's also a nice boat ride, and see where that takes me. Fun. There's our ship, Carnival Magic, and I have a very, very forward stateroom again this time. But one thing I've noticed that's really different from the time I spent on Norwegian Sun and then Symphony of the Seas is this ship, it kind of slams into the waves. It's not a graceful plow through the swell. It's almost like it slaps the water, and the whole ship kind of shakes, or at least the forward section shakes when that happens. And I remember on Sun and Symphony, it was a nice loud, especially on Sun, was a nice loud whoosh, very comforting. This is like slamming in the water. So not what I expected, but if you like forward cabins, for that reason, just be warned, this one's a little bit different. Alright, well here's the ferry. I'm on my way over there, and I just got to thinking that this is kind of the thing I'm not really over with, but it's just always seems so much trouble to do. You know, have to plan all these things on your own. You can't just sort of wing it, really. And that is a big reason why I like long cruises with sea days. You don't really have to plan anything out. It's also why I like theme parks. Because, you know, you just go to the park for the day and do kind of whatever you want. There's really not a whole lot of decision making or planning or logistics or anything like that to deal with. And well, you know what, I will now, seeing this, point out that there's one thing you can't escape: lines and crowds. And I guarantee they don't have fast pass. Alright, step one complete. I have my little token and I'm in the line for the ferry to Hamilton, and I'll just figure out where to go from there. $9 round trip, $4.50 each way. Just bought the two. Hopefully it's not like Taipei where it expires at some mysterious point in the future. So I'm gonna ride the ferry. Pretty good timing. Made it aboard the ferry that was waiting right there, and it's a 20-minute ride over to Hamilton, and then gotta find the hotel.
That's hilarious. My cracked off before the lottery ticket, but I don't want this one. I never said my so but I lost the last year, I lost my ass.
Schedule on our way to Hamilton on, thankfully, a gorgeous day. I think I mentioned this before, but there was supposed to be a hurricane here in the forecast about a week ago. It has obviously dissipated. I hate saying obviously because you can see it. I guess now the risk is just melanoma. Huh. Alright, after a super awesome ferry ride across the bay, I think it's Horseshoe Bay, I'll add it later if I remember, we are on our way to the Princess, the Hamilton Princess, to see about the Twizy. And I don't know, just let the day go from there. It's absolutely beautiful. Drive around the island, absolutely. At least that's the plan. That's all I would really want to do. Okay, just up the road, maybe a 10-minute walk, we finally made it to He Princess Hotel. Alright, so current vehicles, the agency for the Twizys, it's not in the hotel or lobby or anything, it's actually in the parking lot, so just keep walking down the street into the parking lot and I hope to find them somewhere out here. Wah, wah, wah. Well, yes, I'm a bit late, and they were all gone for the day, but they still have reservations for tomorrow, so just gonna jump online and make the res for tomorrow. Have all day. All aboard is at 5 o'clock, so that's fine. I'm looking forward to, honestly, just like a 3-4 hour trip around the island, and that's it. Got to figure out what to do next after I make the reservation and make something of the day, even if it's just go do the water slides or something. Alrighty then, so now is the time when I start wondering what else can go wrong. Well, not really wrong, just not work out. About an hour later, because the booking engine for the company that does the Twizys wasn't working. I emailed them and they replied like within 5 minutes, so that was awesome. And the link on the e-invoice worked fine, so that all finally worked out. So I have a rental for tomorrow, and I can do my little tour around the island then. As for now, I don't know, I'm just gonna walk back to Hamilton, putter around a little bit, and I don't know, maybe just go back to the ship. Honestly, I don't really, you know, have anything else to do, unless maybe there's a ferry that goes to the other port just for a boat ride over there and check that out and then come back. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have any other plans. So maybe, definitely I'll get the boat ride back to the ship for sure, and then Twizy tomorrow, and then our Bermuda adventure will be complete. So yay, I guess it's gonna work out. Cool. All right, we are back at the pier, getting ready to head back aboard the ship after a mildly disappointing afternoon. I did walk around Hamilton a little bit. It's like every other, I guess, Caribbean town. Reminds me a lot of Grand Cayman. So tomorrow morning, up early, got my Twizy rental all good to go. Do a cruise around the island just to see it, and well, that's it. Looking forward to that. Well, let's see what we can get done aboard the ship. I am kind of hungry, so I think food's going to be one of the first things we take care of. Well, see, here's the problem. The only time I ever wait in lines like this is for the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Yeah.